Humans were wondering about space for centuries, but we've only been able to visit space with the advancement of science in the last century. Space is a giant leap for humankind. As a race, we have made advancement in space exploration, one small step at a time, but we have certainly gone beyond all limits and beliefs. A whole new world of possibilities has opened up for space discoveries and exploration, now with new and better technology.
Yes, I do agree with you, Adista. The intelligent use of science and technology are the tools to achieve a new direction. And only those with creative capabilities have the power to change our present and future.
Indeed, the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. And here we all are to celebrate this remarkable event, National Science Day 2022. You might be aware that 28th February is celebrated as National Science Day in India. But do you know why and for what the day is celebrated as National Science Day?
I have heard that it is celebrated to pay tribute to the Indian scientist Sir Chandrasekhar Venkatraman. On this day in 1928, he discovered a phenomena of scattering of photons which was later known as Raman effect after his name. After 2 years in 1930, he got a Nobel Prize for this remarkable discovery, and this was the first Nobel Prize for India in the field of science. To mark the discovery of his famous phenomena, National Science Day is celebrated in India on this day each year. So without further ado,
Absolutely.
let's
So
begin.
without further ado, let's begin our day.
Very good afternoon, everyone. I, Nikhil Chaubey, along with my companion Adista, extend my warm welcome to our respected director, Sir Shri Bibi Gupta ji, our respected principal, Sir Mr. Vivek Gupta, our headmistress, Miss Kavita Mehrotra, ma'am, senior wing head, Miss Neha Gupta, ma'am, coordinators, teachers, and all my Bal Bhavanites who have joined us today. And we feel immense gratitude to welcome our esteemed guest for this occasion, Mr. Harshit Avasti sir, co-founder at Kalam Labs. A day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. So to embrace the occasion, let's begin with Saraswati Vandana in the form of dance performance by Akansha Pahadi from grade 7 and Aradhya Sajwan from grade 6.
अच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा लक्ष्मीर्मेधाधरा पुष्टिर्गौरी तुष्टिः प्रभाधृतिः एताभिर्पाहि तनुभिर्रचनाभिर्मां सरस्वती सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः वेद वेदान्त वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्यः एव च सरस्वती महाभागे विद्ये कमललोचने विद्यारूपे विशालाक्षी विद्यां देहि नमोऽस्तुते यदक्षरं पदं भ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवी प्रसीद परमेश्वरी प्रसीद परमेश्वरी प्रसीद परमेश्वरी
The performance really touched our hearts and gave motivation to head start our day.
As you know, our school is on a journey to make learning stimulating and experiential. The demands of 21st century skills and experiential learning has prompted our school to expand teaching and learning by providing an exposure to a new platform for our students. Our school was invited to collaborate with Kalam Lab's virtual space tour, Winter School for Astronomy, programmed for Indian and Finnish students to collaborate internationally and build science projects with NASA scientists. It's the renowned and finest unit for exquisite virtual exposure to provide students with a fun and curiosity-filled international collaborated learning experience. So here, we would like to share the glimpse of the virtual tour, which was experienced by our students from primary to secondary classes and their takeaways from it.
Welcome into the live session where we are going to understand some amazing secrets which dwell in space.
NASA has sent many missions to various planets and to various places, guys. The Saturn, the rings are in front of us.
Tell me that how many kinds of charges are there? Tell me the number.
How many of you have heard about black hole before? Please.
In the NASA virtual tour, I learned about solar energy and I also learned about time travel. Time travel was very fun.
I have learned about sun, solar system, exoplanets, constellations, galaxies, many theories of the scientist.
I get to know many interesting, amazing facts about our galaxy. I also get to know the fact that all the planets have their different gravitational force.
From the NASA version, I learned about virtual universe and time travel. And there are many questions why I don't so which can improve our learning skill.
Shraman, I've been taking the classes of NASA Virtual Tour for about 3 weeks now. And I can definitely say that I'm learning so much in just 45 minutes of class. For examples, I learn about how was the solar system created, black holes, galaxies, paradoxes, etc.
Hi, my name is Dharmeshra. I study in class 3rd B. I am attending NASA Virtual Tour. I have done so many activities in it. My favorite was Star Time Travel activity. It was very interesting.
Wow, that literally took us to the space world with some great international NASA experts. My friends, virtual world is the new normal now. So let us be freed from the limitations of actual reality and get indulged in this exciting virtual world full of learning.
Poetry is that art which selects and arranges the symbols of thought in such a manner that amplifies the imagination in the most powerful and delightful way. To read a poem is to hear it with our eyes. To hear it is to see it with our ears. Now let's have a glance where our other advanced student of our school from grade 6 self-composed a poem on the theme space, and title of her poem is My Dream, Our Journey to Space.
Good morning, one and all present here. I, Radhya Sidwan from Badwan Public School, is here to recite a poem on the topic My Dream, A Journey to Space. I have a dream journey to go in space because it is an astonishing place. Mark the dates and start the countdown. As I am off to my dream journey in space, please don't you frown. There won't be any schedule, no track of time. I'll be writing no letters and an experience so sublime. The stars in the space shine so bright. Now is the time when I see them. Oh, their mighty heights. When my space shuttle will unleash, my journey has begun. The gadgets will revolve around me like the planets around the sun. I'll be the center of the gravity, a whole universe of one. Oh dear, it will be so much of fun. Daylight will be turned out, for it is dark everywhere. Yes, you are right. Our solar system lies in here. The giant ball of green will shine ahead of me. As I travel towards the sun, it will seem to be close, but don't be duped, as it far flung. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, the 8 gems of galaxy, will dance around in tune. There is one more object, which is our Earth's moon. Indeed, you are right, that's our one and only moon. Flying into the asteroid belt, mind those little rocks don't belt. Flying through the asteroids, each one is a challenge to avoid. And now it's time for me to wake up from my bed, as I need to search more about on space on Microsoft Edge. One last glimpse into my dream journey into space. Oh, what a beautiful and marvelous place. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
It was quite inspirational. I felt so connected with the string of those words.
Every tech professional knows the importance of staying on top of the latest industry trends. Software development trends change as fast as technology itself. To stay current, you not only need to consider the present state of technology, but you must also look ahead. So one such application is Solar System Scope. Solar System Scope is a model of solar system, night sky, and outer space in real time with accurate position of objects and lots of interesting scientific facts. So without further ado, let's quench our curiosity and enter the world of virtual space. Our student reporter Ananya from class 8 will give us a guide tour of the app where we will experience whole new saga of solar system, galaxy, Milky Way, and much more. Aren't you all excited? Over to you, Ananya. We are really thrilled to enter the space world.
A sense of the unknown has always lured mankind, and the greatest of the unknowns of today is the outer space. Greetings to everyone. Today I, Ananya Sharma of class 8F, will be taking you on a space travel. So come on and join this exciting journey with me. The universe is vast. It holds millions of stars as well as galaxies, which may have many solar systems just like ours. Do you know that our Mother Earth was formed approximately 4.5 billion years ago? It is 147.67 million kilometers away from the Sun. Our solar system is about 100 astronomical units, which means millions of kilometers. It is massive. There are numerous nearby stars to the Sun, like Sirius, Alpha Centauri, Pollux, and many more. And this is our galaxy Milky Way that neighbors a spiral-shaped galaxy Andromeda. In this space travel, we will also learn about some planets and their moons, about dwarf planets and exoplanets. For instance, here is Saturn along with the 6th of its moons. So, to start with, galaxies are sprawling systems of dust, gas, dark matter, and anywhere from 1 million to 1 trillion stars that are held together by gravity. Nearly all large galaxies are thought to also contain supermassive black holes at their centers. So now let me show you the Andromeda galaxy. This beautiful galaxy approximately has 1 trillion stars. It is the largest galaxy in the local group and is 2.5 million light years away from the Earth. So now I'm pretty sure that you must be able to locate that where our solar system is. So yes, it is at the left side of our Milky Way galaxy. This time, let's learn something new about our solar system. Can you see this asteroid belt, which is full of many huge rocks? This asteroid belt is called the Kuiper belt, which separates the inner and the outer planets of our solar system. The inner planets, which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are rocky and they have a surface, whereas on the other hand, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are the outer planets. These are mostly made up of gases and thus they do not have a surface. You must have heard that if we put Jupiter into a huge ocean, it would still be floating on the surface of water as it is gaseous, though we can't just put Jupiter into an ocean in real terms. You know what? I'm really excited and eager to tell you about a bonus fact. So, do you want to know it? Okay, a spacecraft named New Horizons was sent into space to gather more information and to collect photos of Pluto on January 19, 2006. But it took 9.5 years for it to just come across that place. Can you imagine how far it actually is? I know, you must be amazed. New Horizons is one of the 5 spacecrafts that were able to reach the interstellar space, which is basically about 50 times the distance between Earth and the Sun. Some of you could misunderstand Pluto as an exoplanet. Even I did when I was younger. But let me tell you, actually Pluto is not an exoplanet. It is a dwarf planet. An exoplanet is the one that revolves around other stars, just like the planets in our solar system does. They revolve around the sun. So now, let me show you a great example of it. This is Pollux, a star. There are many other exoplanets which also orbits around it. Just look at how brighter Pollux is as compared to the sun. This is because Pollux was formed much earlier than the sun. You know what? Sometimes I think, and even you must have had this thought, that there might be other such life-sustaining exoplanets like our Earth. Even it wouldn't be a wonder if we actually, might be able to see aliens for real after some centuries. Because we never know if there are such other things, as we never went past even half of our solar system, let alone. So I guess that this is the end of this space travel, but of course not the end of space exploration opportunities. So thank you very much and take care of yourself.
Wow, Ananya, you really demonstrated so well. It was so much fun exploring the universe with the solar system scope app. The way you took us on a live space tour not only gave us a virtual reality exposure, but there is a lot we can learn from science domain. Be it solar system or the movement of Earth, planets and their moons, galaxies, asteroid belt, distance between Earth and Sun, or constellations or stars. You are such a savior, Nanya. I'm sure now most of us will definitely make smart of use of this platform to learn science concepts.
Now, I would like to introduce our honored guest, Mr. Harshit Awasthi, the co-founder of Kalam Labs at New Delhi. Sir has completed his schooling from Shilling High School, Kanpur, and pursued chemical engineering from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, BITS, Pilani. Further, for higher education, Sir went for International Entrepreneurship Program, where he worked at International Startup Collaboration and Business Development from Technische University Braunschweig. We feel immense delight to share that Sir has been bestowed with several awards, like the Best Startup Awards by BitSpark, run by BITS Pilani, and Winner India Innovation Growth Program 2.0, and also received the first prize at IISc Bangalore Pravigor Innovation Summit for his excellent service. Not stopping there, Sir has been the research intern at CSIR, Unit for Research and Development of Information Products, and qualified from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Kanpur. Sir has also been an asset to the HOD Mass Media and Publicity at TurtleLearn, now leading at Kalam Labs as the co-founder. We would like to invite our honored guest, Mr. Harshit Awasthi, sir, who would enlighten us with his commendable work experience, insights, and valuable guidance. Over to you, sir. Sir, please.
Sir, you are muted. Mr. Harshit, you are muted. We cannot hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, all the curious kids who have been present. And it's so wonderful to see all the works which have been done, like the dance performance as well, the poem, and I think we were also getting a presentation regarding the solar system, and I think Ananya was doing it, right? And it was also quite fascinating. So first of all, guys, happy National Science Day. And this is the day while we are celebrating the discovery of a very simple phenomena discovered by Sir C.V. Raman many years back. Okay, and it was a very simple phenomena. The details of it will be a bit irrelevant, but I wanted to talk to you around a very interesting and a simple thing which I have recently come across. Okay, so all the people who are present over here, I was actually reading out a few articles regarding what is science, why we as humans like science. You know, I have a dog, Rio. He's very playful. Okay, he wants to play with me 24 hours, but like he never talks to me about science. He's never curious about the stars. He's curious about food. He's curious about to play, curious to sleep, curious to dance or whatever things are there. Okay, and this can happen to n number of things. And I'll show you on the screen a very interesting planet. I believe you might have known it as well. I'll just, yeah. So can you see the screen right now? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, so this is the planet Earth. Okay, we all know this well. Okay, now this planet has particularly stayed like this, you know, like blue, green color. Plants are also there. Water is there. These two are very important things on this planet. There was a time when all this place was a barren lava, you know, all over the place. There was just lava and volcanoes like exploding here and there. But that was around 3.5 billion years ago. Okay. But since 500 million years, and you might feel 500 million years is a very big time. Indeed, it is a very big time for us as humans, but for universe, it's just a, like not even a blink of things, you know. So this is a planet where we have been living, and this planet has contained a lot of species of not only humans, but trees, plants, animals of all sorts, giants, dinosaur, megafauna, and even elephants with huge tusks, saber-toothed tigers, and whatnot. But one thing on this planet which has particularly been curious is us. Okay, since 250 million years ago, when there was a huge Chicxulub meteorite. Okay, we all have heard that there was somebody known as dinosaurs, right? How many of you have heard about it? You can tell me at the chat. The big giant dinosaurs used to roam, right? Now, if imagine an alien would have visited Earth at that point. So first of all, they would have seen that there is a lot of jungle and huge creatures are moving here and there. Definitely nobody have ever imagined to defeat a T-Rex, okay? Like if early humans were present, then we could not have ever evolved if something like T-Rex was present around, okay? But what happened was that there was a very disastrous thing as well, which happened. And a meteorite, which is known as Chicxulub, came and collided with the planet Earth, okay? And this is the region particularly, I believe, this region. So this circle which you're seeing over here, Bermuda Triangle, like is also present down below. It collided somewhere nearby, which is known as the Chicxulub crater, okay? And 250 million years back, all those big people who used to live on the planet Earth, they were destroyed in a year's time, okay? Now imagine on the planet Earth, there is no human, there is no monkey which can think and create colors and think about star, moon and all these. There were normal monkeys who like bananas, just like my dog Rio, but there were no such any curious kind of a human or organism. And suddenly all the dinosaurs who used to rule the planet Earth, they were the apex predator. They were destroyed by this huge impact because as soon as Chicxulub came, it totally evaporated the water from the Gulf of Mexico. And for a year or so, the whole planet Earth was actually covered in dust. And sunlight could not come down. There was sudden freezing and cooling. The climate temperatures changed. And guys, trust me, we are very fragile. Like all the living beings who are present on the planet Earth, we are very fragile to even small temperature changes. You know, our AC controls, what temperature range does it has? Like around just 16 to 27, 30, right? 10, 15 degrees Celsius. We start feeling cold, suddenly it's 0 degrees Celsius, and we start feeling extremely warm as soon as it is 40 degrees Celsius. We are very fragile to such things. Now, someday a suddenly huge big thing came down and it actually destroyed the whole atmosphere. The temperature went up more than 50, 60 degrees Celsius, and the organisms which were living, they actually died away. But then the organisms living on the Earth, they started evolving in a particularly different way. We all know rats, right? I am not particular huge fan about rats. I'm neither enthusiastic about meeting them. But what happened was that as soon as the dinosaurs were away, people on the planet Earth, they became less fearful. And that gave chance for the life to evolve in a better way. There were monkeys who could live without any fear. And that was the best thing which happened in the history of our evolution. we started thinking that, okay, what is this grass? And grass, which we see nowadays, that is one of the biggest thing that why we are able to walk today. Grass is a thing which actually came down at forests and it separated the trees. The monkeys who were used to love to climb here and there were areas of land which was just green and we can walk. And at that point of time, particularly, it is said that we learned to walk and we became what we are today, the explorers. And since then, since 200 million years, people think that we were present in Africa or we were present in Gondwana. All this is history. Nobody knew what happened 200 million years back. There are certain strong speculations. There are certain weak speculation. There are certain myths. There are certain facts. But the thing is, nobody knows that who was that first human being to start walking. Okay. But yes, we eventually started walking. We started becoming weirded. We started migrating from Africa. We came down to different place. Now, 2 weeks back, I was watching a show known as Cosmos Season 2, which was hosted out by Neil deGrasse Tyson. How many of you know him? He's a very famous scientific communicator. Neil deGrasse Tyson, you might have seen him, okay? Like okay, I'll just show you his photo. If you have ever watched Discovery, 95% of the times he's there. So I'll just show you on the screen. Okay, so he's a person and he's one of the most renowned astrophysicists in the present day. Okay, and he has written wonderful books as well around the things. Now, I believe you might have seen him through different things, right? Have you seen him? Yes or no, anyone?
Yes, sir. And then like a show he was present.
Yes, exactly. So the main idea was that while he was telling us that 200 million years back, dinosaurs were lost and humans were sprouting up, we started doing something different. Okay, there was a time 200 million years back when only a handful of human beings were present in Africa, not more than 1,000 or 2,000. If an alien might have come at that point of time, they would have seen, okay, there are some trees, there are certain animals, there are certain monkeys who can walk. Okay, not in great number. There are flies, millions of insects are present. People can think, okay, these are the people who are going to rule the planet. But we were very different. And the difference was that if, let's suppose, I'm not trying to demean any other life form, but trying to tell you is that if one insect gets formed, if one other organism gets born, then the chances that how it can change their own population are very low. But if one human beings get born, the chances that one single human being can actually change the population forever into the destiny are very high. And that always happens in the history. Like, we as human beings are so precious that there is a chance that if, okay, like imagine aliens are there and they are saying, okay, sir, dinosaurs are now gone and humans are only left and they are trying to kill other animals and they are trying to build certain tools. Okay, they'll say, okay, fine, let them do that. Every animal can do that, okay? But after 2000, like in 2022, sir, what the humans are doing, sir, they have sent a Voyager outside the Pluto and doing other things. This does not make sense. Now, all this has happened is because there was one human being like Sir C.V. Raman who thought that scattering can be possible. There was one human being like Wright brothers who thought that, okay, we can fly now. And humans started flying. There was one human being who thought that, okay, now this ocean is not the limit. People used to be afraid of the oceans as well as we are afraid of the space. There was a time when people did not even know that how many continents are present in the world. They were all such kind of myths. People did not even know where is India. And at that point of time, we were very famous for our food items. Particularly, we have always been interested in food. But all the world, they tried to come into India for the spices. And at that point of time, they were clueless. Where is India? I do not know. In the east, where is it? Somebody said, I am going to the west. Somebody said, I'll go by the land. Somebody said, oceans. Multiple people started going here and there. And then one day, someone like Christopher Columbus actually landed on Northern America, near Guatemala, in search of India. And that was a big thing. And all these big steps tell us that what you are is an anomaly in the whole life system ecosystem. The strength which we have as a human is far more unimaginable than what you could imagine in any other life organism, the way you can affect other things around you are much more wider and broader and impactful. I was just thinking that if, let's suppose, that apple did not fell upon Sir Isaac Newton, then half of your syllabus might have been totally destroyed. And I do not know what would have happened. Like the age of science, which came so fastly after Sir Isaac Newton, could have even been delayed for more than next 1,000 years. Still, some other Sir Isaac Newton might have got born and he became curious about the gravity. Okay. So the idea is that you are actually in a cycle where you can do changes which can change the population forever, and not only just in positive but also in destructive way. There is a person known as Robert Oppenheimer. He's a very, very great scientist. He discovered the nuclear fusion bomb, right? Now that is an example of what someone can do. You discovered a bomb which can destroy 2 cities, millions of people within a snap. Now that is power. This is destructive power. But the same thing, the same energy which we had discovered, the nuclear fusion, is the same thing which also functions it out in the sun. And that is the energy which the sun has. And that is why it is because of the nuclear fusion that it can burn for 4.6 billion years ago. Like since 4.6 billion, it is burning. And someday if we'll be creating spaceships, then that is the energy which we'd be using. Okay. It is similar to that humans first invented fire. You know, fire is also a big invention for us. People used to fear fire. Like all animals fear fire, but we were the very first one to control it. And that's the way how we are. We are weird. We are amazingly weird. We can change things like never before. We can swim on water. We can go underwater. We can go in space. We can fly. We can go inside the well. We can go inside the cave. We can think around an apple. We can think around an electron, which is not even seen by us. We can think about numbers which do not have any value, but still we can give answers to the universe about black holes, which is only one. How many of you know about black hole? Right. So in the whole galaxy, there is only one black hole present, and that's a very big thing. Now just imagine you are present on this planet Earth, you know, like, where is it again? I want to show you that what we are at the cosmic scale. Okay. So guys, the reality is that we are present on this planet Earth. 1 second, I'll share the screen. Yeah, over this part, okay, in India, over here. And the black hole which we are referring is the part of the galaxy which was told by Ananya in the starting, you know, the Milky Way galaxy. So the center of the Milky Way contains only one black hole, that is Sagittarius Alpha star. Now imagine guys that there are certain monkeys living on the planet Earth who are curious about black hole at the center of the galaxy. You might have not even seen it yet, and we did not even see a black hole till 2017. So you can imagine the way you are weird, and that's the biggest point. As a human being, the impact which one can make to the whole population forever is far larger than any other single special organism. Okay, like let's suppose guys, one lion is more, you can save one more lion, okay, in Africa, but that does not changes the whole lions in their endangered form. But imagine if you can save one simple child, and if you can provide them education, they can totally change the forever, like the whole population tree and the way in which we develop out. And that is the biggest thing. And that is why we always have the first people to go on moon, the first people to climb Mount Everest, the first people. You never have any such, the first lion to hunt an elephant. They are brave, right? But they don't do all these first kind of things. We are the first kind of races. And all this is so inherent to us that guys, it is not that our early ancestors were like 250 million years back, we were not like we were some kind of an inhabitant who didn't had any kind of knowledge. We were, and we are a brave species. Imagine guys, all this human evolution, all your 10 fingers, 60 minutes in the day, like it has compounded down as a knowledge of humans who have taken breaths on this planet Earth along with the trees and the plants. And while all these gaseous exchanges were happening, they thought that, okay, instead of living in this green patch of forest, why can't we go up? Why can't we go up? Why can't we go up to the Egypt? Why can't we go up to the like to Asia? Why can't we go here, there, where, there? Why can't we go to this part? Why can't we build this building? Why can't we cross the ocean? Why can't we go outside the world? And that is why the next step of this evolution ladder is still left. That is the space travel. And like in 500 years back, people were sparing the seas. There is going to be a time when we will be having voyages into the space for 1 year or 2 year time, as we used to have in the ships. Ship travel is not at all normal, okay? The first person who proved that the Earth is a globe, okay? And we have done a lot of things, and we should be proud of our ancestors, you know, of all nationalities and things, you know. The first person who actually went on a ship, and he was of such a crazy and intelligent man that first of all, he was a great astronomer. The name was Ferdinand Magellan. He used to live in Europe, okay, 600 years back. And he thought, okay, people are fool. There is no such thing as flat end like world. What I'll do, I'll take a ship and I'll cross the whole planet Earth, and then I'll come back to the same place from where I started. Now that was done by Ferdinand Magellan, and he was a person that he took ship into an ocean. And guys, like, oceans are dangerous. We are not meant to live on ocean, okay, first of all. But there were some people who took their ship deep, directly, they plunged into themselves into the ocean, they crossed the ocean, and they came back to the other side. He even went to Antarctica 500-600 years back. Now what I'm telling you is that scale at which humans used to work 600 years back. But today we have much more knowledge. We still have the first person to go on Mars. We still have the first person to go on Venus. We still have the first Indian to go on Moon. We still have the first human to create a nuclear fusion rocket. We still use petrol and diesel, guys. As a species, this is not a very great thing, okay? We are trying to extract energy from whales and aquatic animals who had died like millions of years back, you know? We need to do some great things again. And nuclear fusion, like you might have heard, so it was an invention of the war, okay? It is such a tough thing, like nuclear fission fusion reactions, that it might be possible that unless there wasn't a war, we wouldn't have ever built such a kind of such a kind of a technology. But the thing is that today we have used it. And it is something similar that people today, while we are saying that nuclear fusion bombs are dangerous, yes, they are dangerous, but it is similar to the fire, okay? Imagine billions of years back when humans first met fire. Obviously, it was a thing which can destroy us. And it's similar to how hydrogen bomb can do. And it's very easy for anyone to destroy a thing. You know, you can burn a city directly with just a lot of petrol, you know. Destruction is always an easier option. But the point is that how we can control this energy and utilize it into ways and applications which are not seen in the future. Maybe if I can create a reactor which can provide all the energy requirements of all the Indian people in the whole country without any kind of pollution, and that is possible with only nuclear energy. So it's similar that we as humans have always been, first of all, very curious explorers, okay? We have not been like any other animal, okay? The chances as you a single human child, okay? Like if you are a human, you have such a potential to change the whole trajectory of the universe that you cannot even imagine what change can happen by simply doing this thing at this age, okay? There was a person like, and there have been people like, okay, you will always get people who have done all these things because by inherently we always are trying to do. And it is done in such a way that even our mothers, teachers at school, our parents, they all do that, okay? For example, the 18 years you are with your parents, okay? And afterwards you might be going to university, some other dreams, whatever you want to do, okay? But while you're present at home, okay? The way our parents and our other people react to us is also very important in shaping us. And while you're getting shaped and while you're understanding different things around, it is also of great importance that after like your interaction with the friends and after maybe like in class 6 you were talking about a spaceship with your friend, and afterwards you went to this university and you thought that okay, now I'll create a spaceship, and eventually you started creating it. The story of every invention, every discovery starts out with a simple prototype and a conversation. The discovery of general relativity happened out in the mind of Albert Einstein while a conversation with his friend in a train. And then he thought about it. The discovery of gravity happened out with an apple. And that is why the importance is not that what is happening around you, but how you're looking at the scientific things. Start searching for scientific things all around. You are by default very special, okay? So I do not think that you need any certificate from anyone to tell you that you are special. Just look at the history, okay? Or the way we are as humans. We have been phenomenal beings, you know, without a doubt. And that does not mean other organisms are not powerful and brave. Like Rio is also very intelligent to a certain extent, but in different forms. We are intelligent and powerful in different forms. And what is our responsibility? To actually, whatever is happening around, like the way like we are building it up, but whatever humans come afterwards, like they also should feel the way you are feeling. We are living in an age which is an independent country. We have schools, we have good educations, we have fantastic teachers. Guys, this is not always it has been, you know. There have been tough times as well in the throughout the past. And if things are not kept in the shape and nature, then they can also get back to their like rudimentary form. And that is why we need to keep the schools in position. That is why your principal, ma'am, like if she is there, then like the way how they actually function out, it is always to basically provide the best environment at this stage of point. So guys, at this point of time, we are celebrating the National Science Day and the different ideas of human beings. So that was my gist around you. Okay, like first of all, you are a born scientist, you are a explorer, and the way you can impact this universe is totally diverse, you know, like in ways and technologies which you cannot even imagine, and it stretches out to all domain. Even like for example, Jio is a company, right? So if Jio hadn't produced 4G, then whole of the India would have been quite set back into the internet things, right? So there are inventions which also have huge impact just because 4G is present in India in such a wide scale. We do not know how India has changed over the last 3 years. Like this is the power which has been given to each and every small child, okay? And I think it is done in the productive way. So all these things, you are a very special thing, and this is a very weird cosmos. So always amazing things are going to happen. Always to try to do something first, because that is what is amazing. You are going to thrive and survive, okay? Have that much confidence in yourself, okay? Whatever you do, you're going to make your way. But the thing is, you are belonging to a phenomenal species and phenomenal ancestors. And this is an amazing world. I get totally flabbergasted the way it functions out. Like, I do not believe it's all by such a coincidence. Like, if you look at a single plant, how they functions and how they breathe, this planet Earth. Okay, so just last thing before I end this conversation. So first of all, guys, what is the most prominent color which you can see?
Blue.
The second most prominent color which you can see?
Green.
Fantastic. So these two colors, first of all, are the biggest anomaly in the planet Earth, first of all. We as a planet, I have never seen, so I have done a research in different things as well, guys, but I have never seen not even a simple planet which contains liquid water on its surface, okay? But our planet is first of all having not only liquid water, but tons and tons and oceans of liquid water. Our planet Earth is containing more than 20% oxygen, and this oxygen is there because for millions of years, these trees which you can see here and there, the green color which you were referring, they have taken breaths. And what oxygen is actually the breath of the trees which has happened over the course of millions of years. Oxygen is not present on its own. This has been put inside by the trees by taking huge amounts of breath over a huge amount of time. And that is why this planet seems to be a totally terraformed thing. The plants have totally changed the atmosphere. Liquid water is present in the oceans. You have fishes, you have whales, you have dinosaurs, you have so many things. Whatever is happening out in this planet is amazing. So always, I believe you must have an open eye to this thing. You are present in one of the most amazing, phenomenal planet. If you become an astronomer, if you go outside, trust me, we are never going to get a planet like, not easily, not very easily, like planet Earth, which is so beautiful and phenomenal. It is one of the the planet Earth is having so many protective covers as well. You do not know, but each and every day there are around 7 to 8 meteorites, just like the Chicxulub one, which are coming to planet Earth, and they can have such a kind of an impact. But the planet Earth's protection around things are so powerful and stringent that it does not happen such things to happen at a very regular scale. We do not see earthquakes on the planet Earth, but on Mars, Venus, earthquakes are also common. They all just happen around easily. And the reason for all these things is that planet Earth is a very stable, it's a very robust, and by far the most beautiful planet you can ever even imagine in the cosmos. Space is amazing, guys, but what we have in this planet is far more than amazing and brilliant. It is a miracle by all means. So thank you for joining today, guys. Whatever you have, whatever you are curious around, think more around that. You are a phenomenal thing by default. Okay.
We are extremely glad to have been able to connect with you, sir. The way you enlightened us has definitely brought great clarity and futuristic approach.
Thank you, Aditya.
Thank you.
Nothing great will be ever achieved without great people. One with a distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas. Now I would like to invite our respected headmistress, Ms. Kavita Mehrotra ma'am, to address the event. Ma'am has been a great leader, and it is due to her vision and distinguished work in numerous capacities that the school is achieving laurels.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Nikhil, for inviting me. A very warm good afternoon to one and everyone present over here. And I express my heartfelt gesture to Mr. Harshit Awasthi, our guest speaker, the co-founder of Kalam Labs. And I would like to thank you, Mr. Harshit, for enlightening and imparting the valuable piece of information related to science and technologies, a new saga of virtual world. And I'm sure the students who have attended today's webinar, they have enjoyed a lot with your knowledge-worthy this presentation, and they have learned a lot of new things. And I was able to see their faces, smiling faces. They were enjoying the way you have presented this topic very beautifully, in a very interesting way. Even our teachers were also enjoying. I can see the smiles on their faces also. And our students have attended NASA's virtual space tour, where they interacted with the scientists from NASA and learned a lot from the space exploration that you have seen through this video presentation, and related to black hole and stars, constellations. And really, today's session was really very interesting and very lot of new information in a very interesting way you have shared with the students. I would like to thank all our team members and students for giving us such a valuable time and imparting this knowledge with our students. Thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Before that, before we end, ma'am, I just want to add in one more thing. So all this was fine, we can do amazing thing, but there was just a follow-up around it. So what I've also seen is that if you're trying to have a small thinking, okay, like a dream, okay, I want to create a project, okay, then always multiply 10 to it. Okay, let's imagine you're trying to create a remote control car. Then try to create a car which can be controlled in the air or in water, or multiplied by 10 to your idea. Okay, that is always a step up ladder. You will create multiple RC control car. That is not a huge thing, because it has been done before. It is an easier thing. Always the things which are impossible and they are done possible by us, they are important. So whatever your project you're thinking, always try to just 10x it. Okay, and you will feel great. Okay, and be confident about it. I'm trying to create a drone which can fly in air and it can go inside water as well. Okay, and be confident about it. It's not a matter of joke, okay? Obviously, impossible things has to be done someday, right? So you should be more vocal around it. Your friends should be more vocal around these ideas, and just work around something, you know, it will be the best thing.
Thank you, sir and ma'am. It has always been a delight to hear from you both, as you both motivate and encourage us to achieve a great height. We are really grateful for the guidance you both provide us.
Thank you.
There is so much more to science and technology which goes beyond our imaginations. As consumers, we have so much power to change the world by just being careful in what we buy. All we need to do is to find ways and maneuver our ambitions.
Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious, and however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at it. What matters is that you don't just give up.
With this, I, Adista Sharma, along with my companion Nikhil Chaubey, end the event today. Thank you everyone for joining and being a part of this event. See you next time.